The instructions kind of infer that you'll have to do a lot more work with the neck than what I ended up having to do. The only thing I found was that there was quite a bit of sharp fret edges on both the bass and treble side of the fretboard. I used my fret end file and removed the ends of the frets that were sticking out beyond the wood of the fretboard. I then used my fret end dressing file and filed the ends of the frets so as to remove any remaining sharp edges, leaving smooth and rounded fret ends that wouldn't draw blood on my fingers. Finally, I sanded the end of the frets. The body was pretty well sanded already, but I spent an hour or so giving the body and the neck a good sanding with 320 grit sandpaper. My plan was to apply clear water-based grain filler to the body only and not the neck, back, and headstock. So I applied 2 coats of color tone clear water-based grain filler, and then I sanded after each coat when it had dried. I then afterwards allowed the body to dry per the instructions, basically about 24 hours. I made a handle for the body with a broken guitar neck that I had, and for the neck I made a wire harness out of very thick coat hanger that I then inserted through the high E tuner hole. This way I could easily handle the body and the neck and also hang them to work and dry. After the grain filler dried and was sanded, I applied several coats of color tone silicone lacquer vinyl sealer to the surface of the body. After the last coat I let it dry until the next day. I lightly sanded before applying 2 coats of color tone aerosol guitar lacquer, the vintage white color, to only the body. For the neck I planned on applying many coats of clear satin lacquer but leaving it natural and not white like the body. After the white lacquer had dried, I started applying the color tone spray natural cellulose lacquer in satin to the back of the neck and both sides of the headstock, as well as the surface of the body. So I followed a schedule of applying 3 coats pretty much per day. Over the next few days, I applied 8 coats total before I let the finish dry for 7 days. I applied the same amount of coats to the body and allowed for the same 7-day curing drying time. After the drying time, I set about with the assembly activities for the guitar. The spring claw must be attached to the body before the bridge can be installed. Center the claw and the spring cavity on the back of the guitar so it sits about 1/16 below the surface of the body. I folded a piece of cardboard to the correct thickness and taped it together so as to have something for the trem claw to sit on so that it would be sitting at the correct height when I mark. Mark out the mounting screws with a scribe or punch. I used a Sharpie marker and marked my holes this way. Drill the holes approximately 1.5 inch deep with a 1/8 drill bit. A long aircraft style bit works best for drilling these holes. I've purchased mine at Amazon.com a long time ago and I have 3 or 4 of them that I use regularly when I'm doing like Stratocaster builds.